Some people really don't understand or believe that tinnitus is something you can suffer from. After all, it's just that annoying ringing in the ears, right? I mean, how bad can that be? Well, until you've experienced tinnitus for an extended period of time, it's very difficult to grasp just how pervasive it is. Most people have never tossed and turned through sleepless nights due to tinnitus. They've never felt frustrated straining to follow a simple conversation. They've never waded through a mental fog of exhaustion coupled with confusion. They've never gone through what you're going through. But I have. I know that sometimes tinnitus feels like a giant boulder blocking the river of your life, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can calm the waters and learn to flow around that boulder. When I was first diagnosed with tinnitus, I was devastated. My doctors told me there was no cure. Needless to say, for 2 years I chased every doctor, specialist, therapist, product, medication, diet, website, you name it. I'd have done anything to calm the ringing in my ears and return to that peaceful existence I once knew. However, I found no joy in any of my explorations. But that all changed purely by chance one afternoon whilst attending a workshop for something completely unrelated to tinnitus. Whilst at this workshop, I happened to meet a retired ear, nose and throat specialist. And to cut a long story short, this man, due to a shooting range accident, had been living with what some would have found a crippling level of tinnitus for the last 27 years. Yet he wore no hearing aids, he'd never had surgery, he took no pills, he was perfectly healthy and happy, and his tinnitus didn't even register with him anymore. It was essentially non-existent. What this man said to me changed the course of my life with tinnitus for good. His powerful words helped guide me on a journey to overcome my tinnitus and set the wheels in motion to take a step in a completely new direction. On that journey, I developed an effective and powerful self-treatment called the Tinnitus Retrain System. The fundamentals of the Tinnitus Retrain System is based on 3 principles: understanding what makes your tinnitus unique, recognizing how you respond to it, and learning how to live with it. It wasn't always easy, but through this system I was able to craft a battery of techniques and lifestyle changes that allowed me to effectively rewire my mental and physical response to my tinnitus and essentially bypass my condition. During this process, I got in touch with my body and mind in a way I had never thought possible. Without even realizing it at the time, I was learning a new, healthy, balanced way to live, and tinnitus was soon becoming a thing of the past. I now enjoy a peaceful, harmonious lifestyle, unencumbered by tinnitus. Studies show that approximately 50% of tinnitus sufferers are psychologically affected by their condition. The emotional impact can range from simple annoyance and anxiety to more severe conditions like panic and depression. Let me ask you this: have you ever wondered why some people never seem to get bothered by their tinnitus, whilst others simply cannot bear it? You might be surprised to know that it has nothing to do with the tone, pitch or type of their tinnitus, but rather it has everything to do with their nervous system and their emotional response. Therefore, our initial and primary problem with tinnitus is that of an emotional one. Once I realised this, I coined the phrase learning to listen beyond tinnitus. Some can do this naturally, whilst others need to arm themselves with specific cognitive tools in order to do so. Unfortunately, there are a lot of misinformed people out there who throw around words like cure and secret when it comes to tinnitus. Now, I'm not here to tell you what's good, what's bad, what's bogus and what's not. I'm also not here to run down anyone else's product or opinion, or deny them their own personal experience. But what I am saying is there is no secret to tinnitus. It's quite cut and dry. If it was that easy, tinnitus wouldn't be a problem for so many people. And if there really was a simple, easy secret, well, the cat would be out of the bag pretty quick. From personal experience and using that old thing called common sense, I've realised that if it sounds too good to be true, well, you know the rest. If there was a super simple, easy solution or secret, 50 million people in the US alone wouldn't be suffering from it. For many people, tinnitus becomes a psychological and emotional issue, or can be the direct result of one. Regardless of the cause of your tinnitus, the emotional fallout for some can be life-altering. Therefore, the resulting pathology has to be a little bit different too. Ultimately, there's a lot more to tinnitus than can be explained in a 5-minute YouTube video. Despite my opinion on conventional medicine and my opinion on secret cures, my doctors were right about one thing. There is no so-called overnight cure for tinnitus. But this doesn't mean you have to suffer from it. For once you truly comprehend what you're dealing with and learn how to navigate around it, quite the opposite turns out to be true. Let us show you the techniques and methods to live a life free from the chains of tinnitus. Take that all-important step towards living a tinnitus-free future today and visit tinnitusretrain.com.